We are taught that war is fought with bullets, bombs, and missiles, but the deadliest weapon ever devised operates in complete silence. It travels at the speed of light, leaving no smoke, no rubble, and no visible bodies. Its target is the stability of nations, the wealth of empires, and the very foundation of your existence. This weapon is money. It doesn't destroy buildings, it destroys economies. It doesn't kill soldiers, it bankrupts governments, isolates populations, and starves entire nations into submission. The ability to create, control, or simply cut off access to currency is the ultimate leverage in the 21st century. This is the hidden theater of financial warfare. This is the unlocked ledger, and we are exposing the systems that turn mere currency into the instrument of global domination. The transformation began not in a military lab, but in a European bank. For centuries, physical war was limited by physical gold and physical borders. The Rothschild family perfected the first financial war machine, using debt and intelligence to finance conflicts across enemy lines. Their innovation was simple: national debt. They convinced monarchs that perpetual borrowing was the cost of modern power. This unleashed governments from the physical limits of their tax base, creating a financial battlefield where the winner was the one who could borrow the most, longest, and cheapest. This set the stage for the modern era. When the US dollar abandoned the gold standard in 1971, money became pure data. It became an unlimited, digital weapon controlled by central banks and global financial systems. The rules of war had fundamentally changed. The ultimate tool in this financial arsenal is access. 95% of the world's major financial transactions flow through one singular central nervous system, the SWIFT messaging network. The US, by virtue of its geopolitical and financial power, holds the key to the SWIFT network. This means the US government can, at any moment, pull the plug on any country deemed an enemy. Cutting a nation off from SWIFT is the equivalent of a total economic siege. Banks cannot process payments, companies cannot trade, and citizens cannot access global credit. It is an instant economic collapse achieved with the click of a button. It is a terrifying display of non-kinetic power, an invisible prison built into the architecture of global trade. The second, more subtle weapon is the US dollar's status as the global reserve currency, the petrodollar system. The world needs oil, and to buy oil, the world needs dollars. This demand forces every nation to hold trillions in US debt and assets, effectively making them financial hostages. This mechanism allows the US to print money, run massive deficits, and fund its global military machine without consequence. Why? Because the world is forced to absorb the costs. It is a perpetual involuntary tax levied on every other nation that participates in global trade. Financial warfare is therefore not always about attack. It is often about structural control. The petrodollar system ensures that the world must perpetually finance the very power structure that dominates it. This is the leverage this channel exposes. But the deadliest front of all is the internal war waged by central banks on their own citizens. The silent weapon of inflation. When central banks engage in mass money creation or quantitative easing, they don't print physical bills. They digitally create trillions of dollars, euros, and yen, injecting that new capital directly into the financial system. The result is systemic wealth transfer. Asset prices for the rich soar, while the value of wages and savings for the middle and working classes is stealthily dissolved by inflation. This is the $5 trillion lie. A debt weapon that bypasses democracy, creating massive inequality without a single vote. Money, in the hands of the elite, is not just used to fight other nations. It is used to wage a permanent, silent war against the economic stability of the average person. The true power of money is its ability to remain unseen as a weapon. Every stock market crash, every currency crisis, and every bout of runaway inflation is a shot fired in the financial war. The unlocked ledger is dedicated to revealing the mechanisms of this war. History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes, and only those who understand the patterns gain leverage. What financial weapon do you believe is the most terrifying? Tell us in the comments.